What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome back to Shopcast, episode 62. This week we watched a movie called Censor. It just came out. It's available on Amazon Prime to rent for like $6.99. You can buy it as well, I believe. I think it's like right around $15. Yeah, that was Josh's pick. I thought it was Chris's pick. So, Josh, why don't you tell us what Censor's about?
So Censor takes place in the 80s in the UK during the video nasty era when Margaret Thatcher was like the prime minister and was like super just censoring everything. So it was like the age of like violent movies make people violent. So
right.
The main character is a film censor. She watches these violent movies for a living and decides what to cut out of them. And she's got a weird past where her sister went missing as when they were kids, and it sort of traumatized her. And this world that of these horror movies sort of like merges into her past, and it gets very trippy and weird.
That's pretty much what it's about.
Without spoiling anything, I figure we talk a few minutes.
I'm gonna go ahead and right now I'm just gonna say, if you don't want to hear any spoilers about this movie, you might want to just stop watching the video, because in my opinion it's gonna be kind of hard to talk about it without spoiling things.
For sure.
So fair warning if you don't want to be spoiled. I think this is going to be one of the times where we have to spoil a new movie because of what it is. It's just kind of hard to talk about almost anything about it without spoiling something, because it's a very meticulous and particular movie. They did everything with a purpose, as far as I can tell. Fair warning. Sorry, guys. Give me like in that cold that Chris has. I have the same damn cold, or I did, and my sinuses are still killing me, man.
Yep, I can relate.
Oh, sorry. Do what?
I said I can relate.
Man, this is driving me absolutely nuts. You see, Rogan got COVID.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I saw that.
Everybody's making fun of him.
Dude, yes, what he gets for not getting the damn vaccination. And then he went and did like 15 different like fucking probiotics, antibiotics, vitamin packs, fucking IV thing. Fucking, he went and dipped himself in some kind of river. I mean, he did everything. He fucking put fucking elk piss on his head. I don't know what he did.
Probably.
But, by the way, this episode is brought to you by Knife Crime. That's awesome. Anyway, hey, my first Patreon exclusive video dropped tonight. Thursday Thoughts vlog series, once a week.
Cool. Nice. I saw that pop up on my phone.
Yeah, more than likely I'm gonna probably sit in the room and listen to a record and just talk about what's going on, because people wanted a vlog series, and that's what a vlog is. But I'm gonna listen to a record while doing it. This one just happened to be in my car because I just decided to do it one day, and I was like, if I don't do it, I won't do it. So I just fucking threw my GoPro up in the car and drove to the craft store to get some inks and stuff, and decided like mid-drive that this is gonna be a Patreon video, and so that's what it is. But so if anybody's interested in that, that's how you check it out. But okay, I don't even know what to say about this movie, man. Like, I pretty much, this is the first time in a long time that within 10 minutes of the movie, I was pretty sure I knew the outcome and that I was right. And I was like, I was a little disappointed. I don't really care that much about that kind of stuff. But I noticed it, because I'm usually not right about that kind of stuff. Usually I'm like, oh, this is definitely happening. And then by the end of the movie, I'm like, I was way off. But, and it might just be because I watch a lot of movies like this, or that have, similar ideas anyways. They're not necessarily constructed the same way, but yeah. Josh, what do you think about this movie? Like, I don't really know how I feel about it, to be honest. I thought it was acted very well at times, and then very poorly at times, and I thought the cinematography was really nice at times. I thought some of it was really pretty, and then I also thought some of it was very bleak. But I did like the fact that they very much made you feel like this shit was in the 80s. Like, the whole damn movie, it felt like a based on a true story type of movie, even though it wasn't, because it had like a couple of real people that existed in real life, as in like people that they talked about, not necessarily showed, but like you said, Margaret Thatcher is like somebody that exists in that world, and like, so it felt kind of like it was maybe based on a true story. I feel like this one might have been a swing and a miss for me. but I don't know. Like, it's very perplexing because I at the end of it, I was like, immediately, I was like, shit, I gotta watch this again. I just don't know when I'm gonna have time because I don't think I really got to soak it all in. And I watched it in here by myself. It wasn't like I just think it was it wasn't quite what I expected. I was expecting it to be a little different. But I do think I want to watch it again. I think I liked it enough for that, and I just want to like. I'm finding it more and more these days that a movie on a first watch, if I don't have any idea what it is, on a first watch, I almost never like it that much, and I need to watch it again, and then it kind of grows on me because I'm pretty easy to please eventually. Once I get things in my head, excuse me, I'm pretty easy to please. But yeah, man, what's your opinion on this one? How'd you feel about it when it got over? Because yeah.
I had a similar feeling right after I watched it, so I'm interested to hear what Chris says because it's very fresh. Like, right off the bat, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Like the last 20 minutes was like pretty fun and cool and crazy, and the rest of it's pretty slow, and like I wasn't really sure how I felt about it. But I think I watched it on Tuesday night, and it's kind of sat with me, and I've been thinking about it. I watched a few videos about it, and the more I've let it sit with me, the more I've liked it. And there's a lot of like small details and things that sort of parallel, and things that I really liked. So I think I really like it, and I definitely want to watch it again.
Do you think you really liked it?
Yeah.
Huh, interesting.
Yeah.
I did not think you were gonna like it, man. I was watching it and I was like, there's no way Josh likes this movie.
Really?
Yeah, it didn't.
It
didn't really seem like one that typically you would pick, at least. But I mean, after watching it, I'm not really surprised to hear you say that. So
Yeah.
I mean, it's a little bit of a slow burn. It's not a slasher movie with people getting chopped up and gore and all kinds of stuff like that. But
Yeah.
the end does get like pretty crazy and cool and a little unexpected.
See, okay, so that's kind of what I thought. I didn't like the end. I didn't like it at all. Like, it just felt very predictable. Like, I was like, all right, that's what I thought was going to happen. Yay. Which is why I want to watch it again, because I feel like maybe I missed some stuff in the middle that was like supposed to mislead me or something. But like, immediately when she sees that chick in the video, I knew that wasn't her sister.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And so I was like, well, that's a bummer. Like, they shouldn't make it that obvious. And it just was. It was so obvious. The way they focused too much on the fact that she was so adamant about not wanting to give up finding her sister, that made it so obvious that wasn't going to be her sister.
Right.
In my opinion, I think they should have had her pump the brakes on that a little bit. And maybe like when she goes to talk to her parents, and her parents, if they had written it where her parents were like, well, we're thinking about putting this to bed and moving on with it, and then leaving the decision to her, and then her turn around and say, yeah, I'm good with that. And then that gives her parents the time to be like, well, okay, well, we're not 100% sure then. And it makes it a lot more, well, shit, I don't know what's going on, man. Because whenever their parents are like, no, we're done with this, and she's like, no. And like, oh, then she's going to end up thinking she knows the answer and not be the answer, because that's how this stuff's written. It would have been crazier if that would have been her sister. It'd have been like, oh shit, that came out of nowhere. Or if it had been her sister, and her sister was like, no, I want to be like this. I don't want to go back home. Like, but even that would have been kind of predictable.
Yeah, I was going to reference the same scene when she goes to talk to her parents. It pretty much like sealed it that, yeah, she's completely way off on thinking it's her sister.
Yeah. It's like, there was a lot to like about the movie. There's a lot to like about it. I think that's where I've kind of landed, but I'm not set in stone on this yet. I don't want to just be like, oh, fuck the system, because that's just how my brain normally works. If somebody says they like something that I was on the fence about, I naturally want to go the other way. I don't know that I don't like it yet, but I didn't even want to say that I was close to not like it, because I don't know that I feel that way yet. There's a lot to like about the movie, and I think that I wouldn't have a problem owning it, because I don't think it's going to be some crazy expensive movie to buy. I think the filmmakers are capable. There's a lot of pretty shit in the movie. Like visually, it had a lot of cool looking stuff. There's a lot of stuff where I think they were probably trying to go for an Italian look, where they kind of like maybe overdid it a little bit.
The reds.
Yeah, which I like. So I'm not too mad. And they might have overdid it on purpose. Who knows? But
yeah, I mean, a lot of that is in the last like 25 minutes.
Yeah,
where
sure.
if you notice, like there's that one shot where it like zooms into the static on the TV, and then after that, the screen slowly like closes in.
Yeah, I like cool stuff like that. It's just like the story is where I don't like the movie. Like everything. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Is the story really wasn't my jam, but everything else about it I really did quite enjoy. I love how she put the tape in and it showed it from the top of a VCR with the top off. Yeah, it should have go in and pull the lid up, pull the tape out. I like stuff like that. I was like, this is cool looking, but like I just really wasn't captivated by the story a whole lot. But I want to give it another go.
Yeah, I think the story is a little bit thin.
Yeah,
but overall, I really like it. It reminded me of two things. It kind of reminded me of the Babadook a little bit.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, not in the scares, but in the like subject matter, the way that she's like depressed and dealing with like a trauma.
Huh. Wow. I don't know how you got there.
Because that movie is all about like dealing with grief.
Yeah. That movie scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. That I think that's a better movie than this. But the other one, I thought this had a lot of similarity to Saint Maud too.
Dude, okay. Yeah. I almost said that. That is the first thing I thought when it was over with. Literally, the credits rolled and I thought, that reminds me of Saint Maud a lot. I just thought I was wrong.
No, I got the same vibe. It's a girl that's like slowly, like sort of, like going deeper and deeper into her insanity.
Okay, sort of, well, if that's the case, then I'd rather just rewatch Saint Maud. I thought it was a much better movie. But
see, I'm on the opposite side. I think I would rather watch this.
Did you watch Saint Maud?
What? Yeah, I did.
You did?
I wasn't a huge fan. I appreciated it, but I didn't like it that much.
Yeah, I really liked it only because of the end, though. The whole movie was like pretty mediocre till the end, and it wrapped it up so well that I thought it made it a better movie. But yeah, I can understand why you wouldn't. It's definitely not a great movie to me.
Mm-hmm. It's a well-made movie, but it's not like.
It would make for an interesting double feature and comparison video, like to like watch them. It would be a kind of a painstaking double feature to sit through and watch, but like it would make sense that they would go together and you could like come back, take notes and really talk, especially if it was a group setting where you could really go back and forth with the movies. It'd be kind of a cool idea. I didn't hate the movie at all. I was kind of perplexed. I just didn't know, because I don't recall thinking about that movie much. So like I just sat down to watch it and was like, okay, I don't really know a whole lot about this. Boop, play. And I watched the trailer first because I was trying to get Krista to watch it. She was like, nope, not interested at all. She didn't even want to watch it at all. And she's pretty easy to convince at this point to watch a movie with me. And she was not at all interested. So when I watched it, I might have been just kind of like irritated about that because I wanted to watch it with her. So I don't know, man. I there's a million different things that go into watching a movie or listening to a record or whatever, going into your job for the day, that make it a good or bad or neutral experience. And I think this one just kind of had a funky path for me or something. I don't think it was a bad movie, but I think the longer I resonate on it, and this is becoming a very common thing with me, that I watch a movie, I'm like, I could take it or leave it. And then the longer I think about it, I'm like, okay, never mind. This one gets compartmentalized with this stuff over here. And this is one of these mood movies. When I'm in this mood, I'll pick from this stack. When I'm in this mood, I'll pick from this stack. And I really think that that's just the way that my brain and my hobby is going now, to where now things go into a compartment of what am I feeling that day. And that's how I pick my movie.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I think all of us do that to some extent. Like
I never even thought about stuff like that until pretty recently.
Yeah. If I'm on the wrong mood, if I'm in a bad mood, I'm probably just going to pick a silly comedy or something just to
right. You're like, I'm in a terrible mood. I'm going to go watch The Godfather.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You gotta recognize what kind of mood you're in, because something really slow is just gonna,
You're like, I'm having a horrible day. Let's watch The Exorcist. You're like, what? That doesn't make a lot of sense to me, guy.
Right.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah. Well, but if you're having a bad day at work, you might want to go watch Falling Down or
I want to watch that movie every day, sir.
What was that Russell Crowe movie not too long ago where he like tortures
Unhinged.
that? Yes.
You mean Falling Down too?
Yeah. Yeah, that might cheer you up after a bad day at work.
Bro, I love Russell Crowe, and Fat Russell Crowe's my favorite.
I still need to watch that.
Dude, it's so good bad. You're gonna hate it.
Yeah, it's a good time. It's not the greatest movie, but it was fun.
No, it's definitely not. But it's Matt Riddle. Anyways,
What'd you think, Chris?
Yeah, I liked it. I was a little lukewarm on it, kind of through it, and had that kind of similar thought that Randy had at the beginning, like, I kind of see where this is going.
Mm-hmm.
But as it started unraveling, it was a little different than what I was expecting. But I liked the end. I thought the end was pretty good. Again, not that shocking of an ending.
Yeah.
Leading up to that final thing of her. Well, I'll just say what it is, of her, like, chasing down the sister, and then
like,
just
please. I was like, you thirsty, dusty bitch. All right, Conor McGregor.
Yeah, and then just cutting to her in this like weird little happy sequence. It's like, oh yeah, I mean, she just either
Really
abducted her or is just living some crazy, not real fantasy
she lost,
or something.
She lost her damn mind.
Well, the last 20 minutes of the movie are, I think, a complete fantasy.
See, I was wondering. I wasn't sure about that, but it seemed to me like this was like a story of a girl that had like a mental illness, man, because she couldn't move on. Like life is about loss and grief and how we deal with that. And personally, I've had to deal with so much of that in my life on many different levels that I've gotten to where I'm pretty good at it. Even like, it's not something I like being good at necessarily, but I mean, between the loss of houses, businesses, friends, family, I've dealt with so much of it. At this point, when somebody passes or I hear of a tragic, somebody losing their home, it just doesn't affect me the same way. I never even met my grandparents. So like, some of my friends have lost grandparents in the past. It just didn't affect me. So like, when I'm watching this, I'm just thinking like, golly, you're a sad sack, dude. Like, get over it, bro. Like, you gotta, how long ago was that? Now, I've never dealt with somebody just up and disappearing. I think that's a whole different bag. So I don't really have the right to judge necessarily, other than the fact that it's fiction. But like, I did find that a little stressful. Like, I just was like, yo, like, you really need to like try to utilize your time to be happy. You've only got one amount of it. And I think that's, I'm part of that's because I'm 40 now almost, and I'm hitting this point in my life to where like, I want every day to be useful, and I want to do something positive every day, something creative every day. I mean, y'all have probably seen it, dude. In the past 2 years, I've gone from doing a lot of chilling and a lot of watching movies to where like I'm efficient with my time, man. I get a lot of stuff done now, and I've gotten a good system with making videos. I don't go and do 20 a day. I make a couple a day. I go make something else. I do this or that. I hang out with my kids for a little while. I hang out with Chris for a little while. I get to work. I go to bed. I wake up and do it again. I like doing it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel like I've accomplished something. And so I think part of me was just looking at it from my vantage point of a 40-year-old man in a midlife crisis, essentially, instead of I mean, that's really what's happening right now. It just kind of was an epiphany I had a week ago, man. I started cracking up, and I was like, oh my God, is this what this is? I was like, this is fucking insane, dude. Like, because I've been having like crazy, it's a whole nother conversation. But this young lady, she's like, what, in her mid-20s or something? Or was she older than that?
Maybe 30, younger 30s.
So she's like, she's not quite midlife yet. She's dealing with the loss of a sister that was, when she was like, what, 10 or 12 years old. So it's only half of her life. It's not like it happened when she was 4. It happened when she was a young teenager, maybe.
Yeah.
I think her sister was 7, right? And she was like 12 or so. She was like, she was the older one, wasn't she?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
So she's dealing with something that's quite a bit more fresh than, say, my dad when I lost him when I was 16. Well, that's 24 years now, and so it's a different wound, man. And so I just anyways, yeah, I overthink this shit, man. I just,
Yeah, no, I get it. I mean, it's a story about mental illness for sure. And I think looking back on it, I think her job was her like way of coping with it. It was like her way of controlling her situation, you know?
I definitely was like, interesting path of career you chose, or interesting career path you chose.
For sure. Because, I mean, there's definitely, a theme of censorship and whether that's a good thing or not, which is a little abstract because of how it ends. But, yeah, really, like, the trigger that, like, really, like, sends her spiraling is when, that stuff in the news happens. And the guy like kills his family and like eats his wife's face or something like that.
Oh, that's right.
And it was like something that happened in one of the movies that she censored, and they're
like, it turned out he hadn't even watched the movie.
Yeah. and that's like definitely saying like this is censorship is bullshit because it has nothing to do with it.
Yeah.
I will say that at one point, something that I really appreciated, because this needs to be on record and on a movie somewhere, or in a movie rather, is that in the audio, it wasn't somebody you saw, it was somebody talking on, it sounded like it might have been like a pre-recorded thing or something. And this guy said, well, violence is in the world. How do we prepare ourselves for it if we don't, or we need an outlet for it, is what he said, is we need an outlet for all this violence in the world. It's real. So you can't censor it. We need an outlet. And I thought that was so well said and accurate, because we do, man. I literally made this shirt because of stuff like that. Like it the reason I came up with this name is because of stuff like, it's not necessarily my outlet, but it's an awareness. Like, yeah, this happens. Like, I don't even know if you guys understand why I called it this. Like, we'll talk about it later, but like, it's because of something that came out of real life, like something that happened, and I was like, whoa. And then in retrospect, I was like, man, I'd make kind of a cool band name. And then I was like, or an apparel name. So I just kind of went with it, right? And I think that was a really important statement in the movie, that there's a lot of this stuff in the world, a lot of darkness. And if we don't, it's just like when they censor, like when Disney goes back and takes something out of a movie and you're like, yo, first off, that's literally history you're messing with, dude. But how do we learn from these mistakes if we don't have reference? If we didn't make the mistake anymore because it no longer exists, then we have to repeat it. So there we go. Thanks for making us go through this again. No, dude, leave it as it is. Let us learn from it. And honestly, it's just a movie, man. Like, people take this stuff so seriously.
Well, the thing I was thinking about is the biggest thing probably in our generation was like violent video games, like Grand Theft Auto and stuff. They were always saying like,
see, I was around a little longer than that. I remember when like metal music was like about 5 years before video games. They were blaming everything on Marilyn Manson. I distinctly remember that. Yeah, because I was like, I had friends that were very affected by that. Like, I was never a Manson kid, but all the other metalheads in my school were my friends, because there wasn't any more punk rock kids. And so I remember a lot of my friends like coming to school, like, dude, in tears, because their parents took all their fucking gear, all their shirts and all their CDs, and just took them and wouldn't give them back. And some of them threw them away, man. My mom threw away a bunch of my stuff. She took my White Zombie CD. I didn't really care a lot about it, but like, it sure bummed me out to know that something I worked for got just taken because she didn't like the title of it. And looking back on it, I was only like 15, and when my kids are 15, what I say goes in my house. I'm sorry, you don't have the right to tell me what goes on in my house. So in hindsight, I'm like, okay, I get it. But like back then, that shit hurt my feelings, man. In reality, she could have just taken it from me and given it back to me when I was an adult. That's what I would do to my monsters, is I would just, I don't really want you having this right now. You're not old enough, and when you're old enough, you can have it back, kind of thing. But
But this was said at around the same time as the original Nancy Reagan, like Dee Snider parental advisory.
And the 2 Live Crew thing.
Yeah.
That's actually what I was thinking of at first, and I was like, no, I wasn't around for that. Or I was around, but I wasn't old enough yet.
I wouldn't either.
And I was like, the first thing I remember was the metal stuff getting blamed for like violence in schools and stuff.
Yeah, Combine.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Oh, dude, and Columbine happened. I was in 9th grade or 10th grade, and I remember that because a lot of my friends that's how they dressed, and so they got a lot of stuff changed, dude. Like overnight, man. You went from being able to dress kind of however you wanted to like, there was a list of shit at the window now at every entrance. Like, you can't have this. Dude, they got so bad they weren't allowing people to wear combat boots. I had friends that's the only fucking shoes they had. And then 6 or 7 people came to school with brand new Converse on the next day because they were like, well, shit, man. That's the only things I had was my boots. They were like, no combat boots. No, they said no fatigue pants. And that included like black, gray, olive green, and camouflage. They said basically cargo pants back then.
Yeah.
Cargo pants really weren't a thing back in the early 90s, but like, not quite. They were getting there, but not really. They were like, no fatigues, no combat boots, no dusters. They said they stopped letting us wear hats. They couldn't do like, I mean, you couldn't wear a hat in the classroom anyways, but like they stopped letting us like basically bring them. Like you'd wear your hat and take it off on the way into school, and then when you got off school, throw it back on. Man, so many things just out of nowhere, dude. I forget about that stuff until we start talking about it, and it's kind of amazing how something. I mean, it's not amazing at all what happened. That's tragic, but like it's amazing how one horrible activity by 2 kids in a place that's hundreds and hundreds of miles from us can be so earth-shattering that it affects a high school in Houston, Texas. Like it's insane, man. Like, I mean, it should. But it's like, it's just so crazy. It's crazy how they blame it on music, and you're like, yo, when do we take responsibility? Like, that's one of the things that I have a problem with in our society as a whole right now is nobody wants to take responsibility for something that they did or said, and everybody wants to hold double standards. It's hard to even be alive right now, man. It stresses me out just talking to people, because it's like, well, look, we're going to be accepting of you as long as you think like we do, but if you don't think like we do, we're no longer accepting, but we're not going to admit that we're not accepting. We're going to act as though we still are. And then within the same breath, they're like, also, my kid just stabbed somebody, but it wasn't my fault. It's because he was listening to this music. It's like, what are you talking about? No, dude. My kids can listen to devil music right now, and they would know that it was ridiculous and they shouldn't stab people because, well, I teach them to not stab people. I'm a little worried about Charlie sometimes, but I'm pretty sure Bricken's got it. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Silliness.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going through a major like censorship thing in our world right now. It's crazy how much like the 80s is paralleling.
Repeating itself?
Yeah. I rewatched V for Vendetta the other day.
That's a good movie.
Which really like the government creates a virus that's like part of the plot, and I was like, holy crap, this is weird. But that was written in the 80s by Alan Moore during the Margaret Thatcher years. It's all about censorship and like where it could go in the future. It's like,
well,
so crazy.
I think that they need to make some laws, and this is a whole nother subject, but I think they need to make some laws that prohibit social media platforms. Like once you reach a certain level and you've got a certain amount of users, like, I mean, I would say it'd have to be even as low a number as 1 million. Once you have 1 million people that you can influence by making changes, you shouldn't be allowed to just deplatform somebody without a fucking good reason. Because even people that I don't agree with, like when they deplatform Donald Trump, dude, I can't stand that guy. I think he's dangerous, but I also believe in free speech, and I believe in freedoms. I believe in I don't think it's okay for a platform like Twitter, and I understand that it's their company and their business, but at what point do we owe society, everybody, an equal shake? I think it's kind of fucked up, because you're literally taking somebody's liberties away from them, because free speech is affected by social media right now. Like social media are how we talk, and so it's just the same to me as walking up to him and slapping a piece of duct tape on his mouth and going, hey, you can't say that. Look, I don't agree with it. I don't like what he said all the time. He should be allowed to say it, man. That's fucked. It's just like somebody that's racist. You should be allowed to be racist. I don't have to support you or your business, but you should be allowed to have your feelings and your beliefs. It's up to you, man. You want to be a piece of shit, you'll have to deal with those consequences, but you should be allowed to be that piece of shit. It's just not fair. I mean, it's just not fair. It's not fair at all. You shouldn't be forced to marry somebody because you're a preacher. You shouldn't be forced to hire somebody because of affirmative action. It's crazy. There's no longer, you don't have to meet any criteria anymore. Or the criteria is shifted to where it's no longer something that you've earned. It's just like, did you get the lottery ticket of being a fucking this person? And if you did, you get to have this job now because they have to hire you for whatever it is. I mean, and the crazy thing is it's a whole thing. But yes, the censorship it's all connected. And that's why I can go off on a rant like that, because it's all connected. Mm-hmm. I was talking about censorship and went to fucking employment, dude, because it's all scary, because it all is from the same general like idea, and it's very scary, man. Like
Yeah.
Well, you have if you have a thought that's different, well, you better keep your mouth shut. People, I have to think like that a lot. I'm sure you do too, Josh. Just talking about movies, you can't even have an opinion about something if the movie you're talking about has an opinion, and you don't get up there and go, "Hey, look, I denounce this. It's just a movie." You're liable to get canceled for nothing. And all you did was say like, "Oh, it was directed really well. The cinematography was great. The music was awesome. As far as everything else, I don't really care. I just want to watch the camera work and listen to the score." Well, you didn't say that this guy had a opinion that was bad, so you're canceled now. It's like, well, no, that's not what the video was about. It was about the cinematography and the score. And they're like, well, that doesn't matter. It's crazy, dude. Like, scary.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Have you had to refilm any of your audio yet? Because I definitely have.
That makes sense.
No.
I 100% have had to like redo audio because I was like, because I'm just joking around most of the time, and people take things so serious that like I'm like, oh, yeah, I probably shouldn't say that. Just out of respect. I mean, I'm not scared of anything. I'm just a respectful guy. So I'm like, that's not going to get taken right. They're going to take it out of context and not understand what I meant. Let me just redo that. I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, man. First and foremost, if I change something, it's not because I'm scared of getting canceled. It's out of respect. But it is a nice thing that I do know that now I don't have to worry about getting canceled, because man, people can't take jokes. Dude, comedy is like becoming like liquor in the 20s, bro. It's like you gotta fucking go talk to your friends all quiet. Hey, you want to hear a funny joke? Well, don't tell nobody else this shit, because we might all get arrested. The public opinion is a powerful thing, and gang what do they call it, when you gang up on people and do it publicly, it's everywhere. And it's that's what that guy tried to do to me today to me on Instagram, tried to get everybody to gang up on me. It didn't work, thank goodness, but crazy, man. Crazy.
Yeah, one of the videos I was watching of yours earlier, you literally cut some audio out of it because you said you had said something and you're like, yes, I don't want that in there. And then literally like 2 minutes later, you said some other stuff that I was like, ugh. It was hilarious, but I'm like, ooh, that's good.
What did I say on the second time? I don't care, dude.
It was what looked like a gay man that was dressed very gay, and it was,
as they do.
It was kind of funny, but just the way you described it was hilarious.
Oh, you probably look like a gay dude. I love gay people, so I don't care.
Yeah.
But no,
I got no problem either. Just
look, since we're talking about this, I can tell you basically what I said was I referred to somebody of Latin descent as somebody that really enjoyed tacos, and I felt bad immediately. Immediately, I was like, oh no, I was just kidding, but I shouldn't have said that. Even though it's very accurate, Latin people love tacos. So do I, and I'm white. But whatever, you can't say it about a Mexican dude because then you're an asshole.
Yeah, tacos are amazing. And
they really are. So are Mexicans. But,
and I have no problem with that other guy either. But
dude, how weird is it that even saying so are Mexicans? I was like, ugh. Like they are Mexican. What else do you call them?
Yeah, but like, you got to be able to laugh
Latinx.
at stuff,
dude. Oh my goodness, I got barked at for calling somebody a black guy the other day. Literally, it happened in person. I was like, no, it's that black dude over there, and he goes, African American, and I was like, he's not. And the guy was like, what? And I was like, you don't want to have this argument with me right now. And I just turned around and walked away. I was like, dude, he's just a black guy. I'm just a white guy. And you're just I think he might have been another white guy even. I was like, what the fuck do you care? I don't think that guy was going to get upset about what I said. Why are you upset about it, you fucking dork? But, whatever. Yeah, you know what? My favorite instance of censorship, if I actually have a favorite instance, is when I found out about Joe Rogan's company that censors people, because he's such a proponent for free speech that I couldn't believe it when I found out that he has a company that goes and finds people's videos that speak negative about him and they get them blocked. I was like, what? You fucking wiener. I love Joe Rogan, but like, I thought, man, you know what that does though, is that humanizes that guy, because he's kind of like a otherworldly character, you know? It makes him seem more realistic that he's like, okay, he doesn't like that either, you know? Because it does suck when people talk about you.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I could see him caring about that.
I didn't think he would at all until I saw that, and I was like, what? And I looked into it, and I was like, wow, that's real? And I was like, that's pretty crazy, man. But you hear about Ariel Helwani and Brendan Schaub, dude, they're in like a blood feud now.
Yeah, I mean, and Rogan too. That involves Rogan,
Sorry. Do what?
and it involves Rogan too.
A little bit, yeah. Ariel
Yeah.
Helwani has gone off the deep end, bro. Once he got off at ESPN, he was like, fuck all you hoes.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know that much about it, but I mean, Ariel always seemed like a just straight up kind of guy. I mean, he did scoop a lot of things and seemed to piss off Dana. And
Oh, dude, Dana hates
what
that guy.
what got him blackballed, but I don't see anything wrong that he did.
No, dude. Brendan Schaub was gossiping, and it got back to Ariel, and Ariel doesn't appreciate it, nor should he.
Yeah,
Brendan Schaub is a tool. But and I hope he sees this. Fuck him. That guy's a douchebag. Dude, Brendan Schaub is like one of the only people that was ever a fighter in real life that I wouldn't be intimidated by. Dude, that guy's so dumb. He's so bad at life. I can't stand. I'll give him this, man. That guy hustles, dude. He's not all bad. He's got some good qualities. He knows how to work his ass off. But like everything about that guy irks me, dude. Thick boys, come on, bro. Thick boys, like, dude, shut up.
Yeah.
You mean lazy boys? Like that's what you're a sofa, bro. Shut the fuck up. Fucking
and his stand-up's really bad.
Well, I wasn't even gonna go there because I I didn't like that video of that guy. That's all he did was talk shit about people's stand-up. I thought that was pretty lowbrow because he just made like tons of videos about people's, and he just talked shit about everybody. I was like, bro, like I don't talk shit about everybody. I talk shit about very few people actually. Brendan Schaub, I wanted to like that guy, and I really used to kind of like him, but his head got big, man. As soon as he started becoming like pseudo successful, he started thinking his shit don't stink, and I hope I don't ever get like that, man, for any reason. Well, you can't tell the future, man. I'm not a perfect person, so I assume I would never act that way, but you know, if something happened tomorrow and I popped off, got 2 million fucking subscribers, there's no telling what might happen to my attitude. I'd definitely flip people off more often. But, so today let's grade this movie. I got a funny story, and I got actually 2 funny things that y'all are gonna. Well, one's you'll laugh at it. It's pretty funny. But anyway, so Censor, what's the overall feeling on this movie? I think Josh is gonna grade it a lot higher than I was expecting, but that's kind of cool though. I really thought you weren't gonna like it. I'm glad you did.
I'm flip-flopping between like 7.5 and 8.
It's about where I thought you'd land, somewhere around there.
Yeah. I'll go 8.
Okay.
I think I really like it, and I think I'm gonna watch it again. I'll
Okay.
definitely buy it when it comes out.
Chris?
Yeah, I was thinking not quite an 8, so I was actually going to go 7.5.
See, I was going actually higher than y'all probably thought I was going to go based on what I said, but I was thinking 7 because it was pretty enough to where I'd watch it again just based on that, because I did think it was visually done very well. And I do think there's a lot of room for improvement for me. So I'm going to go 7 out of 10, because there's a lot of stuff that they could do to a movie like that to make it just bad, and they didn't do it. So there was a lot of things that I didn't even touch on that were positives. Yeah. So I thought the acting was pretty serviceable. I didn't recall any music stuff or audio stuff that irked me, because a lot of times in a movie it'll look really good.
Yeah, it had some good music in it. Sorry, it had some good music in it, and it had some cool like horror movie references in the beginning too, like Driller Killer and
yes, no, that was cool. See, there's stuff like that I'll forget about, dude. Y'all keep noticing that I keep looking up like this because I'm used to my camera being up here, dude. It's driving me nuts. I'm like, Anyways, yeah, man, 7 out of 10. I thought it was the more we're talking about it, the more I want to rewatch it later. I got a list of these movies that I wanted to get back into rewatch. You know, I want to rewatch Midsummer soon. I haven't watched it since the time I finished it and really enjoyed it, and I want to get into a mood where I want to rewatch it. And I'm having to like ignore Green Knight talk because it's everywhere right now, and I don't want to just dump on that movie. I don't know that I'm going to buy that one, man. I don't think I'm going to, man. I've been tossing them back and forth. Like, am I going to? Because Carissa liked them. I might get a copy for Carissa, but I don't think I'm going to add one to my collection, man. I really like what A24 does as far as like they really clearly care about their movies. They love what they do, and I think that they should be supported for that, whether I like the movies or not. But I did support it. I went and saw the movie, took my wife. So I feel like I did my part in supporting them on this one. But I like that steelbook. It looks cool. Like, I don't know why. It just looked good to me.
It's not a steelbook.
Is it not a steelbook? It looked like a steelbook, the picture I saw.
They do like a curved slip cover on some of the A24 movies.
Oh, is that what that was? It looked like a steelbook to me. So
yeah.
That's what I'm talking about. I like that slip cover though.
Yeah, it does look really good.
So, but yeah, everybody's talking about that movie right now, and I'm just like, man, I wish they would just say, yeah, I liked it, and not, it's the greatest fucking movie of the year. I'm hearing so many people are telling me it's the best movie of the year so far. I'm like, well, I don't really want to discuss it because you're just gonna get mad at me. Like,
Yeah, I'm gonna refrain from that.
I'm kind of interested in what our top 10 of the year is going to look like, because we got a couple more months to go, and there's some movies coming out still that I can't wait to see. And there's also movies that I thought would be on my top 10 that really aren't going to be.
Yeah.
I'm curious. There's so much good stuff coming out.
Dude, Halloween Kills and Terrifier 2 are the ones right now that I'm like, okay, where are these going to land on my top 10?
Yeah.
I can't imagine either of them don't make it. And I don't know that Terrifier is going to be number 1. I don't know that Halloween's going to be in the top 5. I have no idea. Halloween looks like it's going to be awesome, but I don't. Nothing surprises me anymore. When you get a movie that looks great and you watch it, you're like, ugh.
I can't wait for October because we got that. We got Halloween. We got Dune. We got.
I think I'm going to watch Dune. By the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just looks badass, man. I can't ignore it. It looks cool, man. Not really. Bricken's even interested in it because it reminds me of Star Wars a little bit, and I think that's cool. So if he wants to watch it, it's not rated R, is it?
I don't think so.
It might be.
Is it?
I don't know.
Well, if it is, I won't take him. But if it's not, I might take him to go see it. Carissa definitely wants to watch it. So like,
yeah.
And really the cast, dude. If the cast was much different, I might not care as much. But dude, I really like everybody that's in that movie, man. It's got a really good cast, and I fuck with Josh Brolin. That's my dog right there.
Yeah,
it's
awesome.
got so many good people in it. I mean, only it's half of the story. So they're supposed to be doing a second one.
Really?
So I'm kind of scared that it's not going to do that well, and they never get around to doing the second part.
I was wondering about how big of a project that was and what is it going to get in return. Because it looks like a mighty big.
It's expensive.
Yes.
Very expensive.
Yes. Yeah, and it's going to be on HBO Max. So
that's what scares me.
It's not charging extra like Disney does, which I hate that they do that, but still it's not going to get them any extra money. And it's coming out at the theater at the same time. The box office isn't going to be great.
I really like the HBO Max thing, and I'm glad they're doing it for their fans, but I think they should put like a 2, 3, or 4 week wait list on stuff like that.
Yes.
They will.
Even like a 4 week one, I'm pretty okay with, man. Like, let it come out and get a few weeks in the box office. Let it get, because I'll pay to go watch it in the theater just because, especially if we get to go together. Like, that's a bigger deal. But like, man, that's a bold move.
Yeah, I'm not watching that on my TV first. I can't.
The theater for that. Dude, even I'm with you on that one. I gotta see that on the big screen.
And I've heard a lot of people say that, but that's like movie fans, like the casual people, the ones that like accumulate to the big box office numbers. They're just gonna watch it at home.
Yeah,
probably yes.
And it's not gonna. Yeah, I don't know. I know the director was really mad about that. He was fighting to get it off of there, but
yep.
Doesn't look like it's gonna happen, so
no. Yeah, I'm worried about it, but it looks awesome, so I'm really excited. I'm going opening weekend to see it.
Absolutely.
So, man, have either of y'all watched Candyman?
Not yet.
Yeah.
Did y'all watch my review?
Yeah. I commented on it.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I definitely thought you hated it.
Yeah, I thought so too.
Clickbaity title.
Dude, hey, it worked. It's got like 5 times more views than all my other videos, dude.
I'm sure it does.
Hey, not good.
Well, I mean, I did address my title though, because I put the title in there because I mentioned it in the video. If I wouldn't have mentioned it at all, I wouldn't have put that in the title. But I was like making the video, and I went back and changed the title because I was like, that's better. And then I changed the thumbnail. Dude, 2 people commented and they didn't even watch the video. They were like, fucking blah, 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 blah. And I was like, did you watch it? And they were like, no. I'm like, then you don't know what you're talking about because I didn't say I didn't like the movie. You acted as though I said I hated it, and I didn't say that. I was like, you're the kind of person that I made this title for because you're a fucking idiot. But
I almost didn't watch it because I thought it was going to be a rant. I was like, I should probably just watch it for myself first before I watch him like tear it a new asshole.
Yeah, no. I did film it twice though, because the first one I did kind of go off on it.
Yeah.
And then once I got it out of my system, I realized that I didn't want to do that. I was like, no, that's not really what I want to do, because I did enjoy the movie as an overall. Did you enjoy it? Yes or no? I have to say yes, I did. I liked it. Is there many problems with it? I think so, as a fan of the franchise. But would I watch it again? Yeah. Fucking Candyman, dude. Who doesn't like Candyman? Assholes. So, yeah, I mean,
I want to see it.
Dude, I'll tell you what, the biggest problem to me had nothing to do with any of the, like, that kind of stuff. And I'm not gonna tell you what the biggest problem was, because I'll tell you when you watch it. When y'all watch it, I'll tell you what my problem was. You're gonna laugh and go, yeah, me too. I guarantee it. You're gonna have the same opinion. But so did y'all watch anything else this week? Because I watched a movie that y'all are gonna be like, oh shit.
I did not. Didn't watch anything.
Not really.
No?
I've been pretty tired and busy.
I watched Existence.
Oh, awesome.
That movie fucking rules, dude. It is the worst awesome movie I've ever seen.
It's
and I loved every second of it. It's so weird. I mean, they're literally licking buttholes in that movie, dude.
Basically.
Dude, I literally sat up and was like, did that just happen? And Krista was like, yep, they licked a butthole.
I've been waiting for you to watch this because I wanted to talk about it.
Bro, movie's amazing, dude. Is that on Blu-ray somewhere?
No, it's
I
only a
wish
DVD.
it was. Bro, that movie was awesome. I'll tell you what was weird about it was that Jude Law is usually like a really charismatic, confident person, and he's like a 24-year-old, meek, shy, insecure guy in this movie. And you're like, huh. Yeah. This is weird. But he did a good job, man. He's a great actor. I love Jude Law.
Yeah, he is really good. Yeah.
Dude, that movie was wild, bro. The whole time I was watching it, I was like, what in the shit?
Dude, Cronenberg's so weird, but
I had forgotten it was Cronenberg till we started watching it, and it said Cronenberg on there, and I was like, oh yeah. Dude, I watched a movie today that has a connection to Houston, Texas. It was produced by Jim McIngvale. Anybody that doesn't know who Jim McIngvale is, if you're from Houston, he's Mattress Mac. He owns Gallery Furniture. Yeah, he owns Gallery Furniture. He's an asshole, but he's very wealthy. Yeah, it's a movie called Sidekicks. Have y'all ever seen this?
Uh-huh.
You remember Neverending Story 2?
No.
There's a kid in it it's this movie about this kid, and Chuck Norris is like his hero. It very much is like if you took Last Action Hero and then Karate Kid and Ninja Turtles and something else and mix it all together, you'd get this movie. It's this kid he's I think a daydreamer, and he keeps daydreaming about Chuck Norris, him being Chuck Norris's sidekick in all these movies, and it's like he has to do this like therapy stuff, and then he ends up going to karate classes to get it out of his system. And then there's a guy that looks exactly like the bad guy in Karate Kid. He does exactly the same things. He talks just like him. He's got black gis on. It's Karate Kid. It's even like an old Asian guy teaching him karate. I mean, it's so blatant. But it was produced by Mattress Mac, bro.
Strange.
Oh, dude. All I could think about this whole time was Josh Ellis. I was like, I wonder if he's seen this. Because it's right up his alley, dude. He likes all that surf ninjas and all that shit. So, all those early and mid 90s family action movies that are terrible and fun to watch.
Yeah.
I watched, what else did I watch this week? I watched a lot of documentaries this week. I listened to them. But, neither of y'all got around to watching much else, huh?
I started watching, let me see.
I watched Pee-wee's Big Adventure with 3 children.
Hell yeah.
I guess I did kind of watch something.
That's awesome, dude. I love that shit. Pee-wee Herman.
I started watching this.
What is that?
Have you ever seen this before? It's like an 80s horror comedy. It's called Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat. It was at Walmart. It's one of those Vestron video.
Dude, I need
releases.
that in my life.
Bro, I saw it just come out.
$12 at Walmart.
Yo, I'm gonna go buy that tomorrow.
It's got David Carradine. He's a vampire.
I love David Carradine.
And Bruce Campbell. He's a
yes,
vampire.
what?
He's a vampire hunter, and it's like a horror comedy. I started watching it last night, but I got tired, so I turned it off. But it's super silly, like
Sundown. What now?
Sundown, the Vampire in Retreat. It's a weird title, but I think it's right up your alley. It's 80s horror cheese.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Yeah.
I need this. I'm gonna go to Walmart and try to find me one tomorrow.
Yeah, there was a whole stack of them at Walmart. So
That's awesome.
I mean,
Yeah, I
you
don't
can't.
see it on Amazon. They usually are when they're restaurants, whatever. Yeah, I don't think I watched anything else that I sat down and really watched. I was doing a lot of printing and stuff this week. Man, I really hope that people understand. Dude, my mom got me so good, bro. So I was talking to my mom on the phone about the shirts, and she's like, "So how are you selling them?" And I told her how I was selling them, and she's like, "Oh, okay, because it's going to be very limited because it's all done by me." And so I'm gonna put them on Etsy too. I have a bunch of one-offs like that button down I just showed y'all. I have stuff like that I'm gonna put on Etsy. And my mom was like, "So how much do they cost?" And I said I was gonna do like $28 plus shipping, and then I just decided to scrap the shipping, make it $30, and add free shipping. It's a better value. It sounds better. It's just a better deal. And my mom, without even missing a beat, she's like, "You didn't make it $31?" And I was like, "God damn it!" So I changed it.
Of course.
And no, but yeah, I really hope the people that are interested in this stuff understand like what I went through to get this stuff done. Man, bro, like I first off, I ordered all this stuff and it got stolen off my damn porch. I had to reorder it all. And then when I got it all, I guess I bought like, well, I don't guess, I know I bought like a cheaper photo emulsion liquid. And I guess I got maybe a bad batch or something because it's a highly recommended. It's just not expensive. So I went and made 2 screens and then they didn't work out right. And so I had to like go back, find some more liquid stuff that I had. Do you know what photo emulsion is?
Never used it, but I've
Not
heard
really.
of it.
Yeah, it's a 2-part liquid that you mix together. It turns it from blue to green. Once it's green, it's ready to use. You lay it on your screen and you squeeze it across on the front and the back, and then you let it dry. It's light sensitive, like very light sensitive. And when it's dry, you take your screen, your design on a transparency page, you put it face down on the back side with a piece of glass, and then you hit it with I bought a 500-watt light bulb, and you just hit it with a light for like 10 minutes, and it basically burns the screen, and it puts the image is protected by the black, and so the light doesn't get to it, and it washes off, and it leaves the negative image. And I guess the emulsion liquid I got didn't work out, so I had to go buy emulsion remover because this stuff's permanent, dude. It doesn't come off. Like it's made to last, so you can screen over and over and over. I've already made like 30 shirts, so like 30 items. I made like 2 or 3 pairs of shorts, a couple of hoodies, and a bunch of shirts. But yeah, man, I went through a lot, dude. I was outside in the heat a lot. I was outside all day, 2 or 3 days in a row in the garage. Yeah, dude, it's something I'm pretty proud of. I don't think this stuff is going to ever end up on Teespring. I think I'll probably always have this stuff done by me because it's a more personal product at that point. It warrants the price tag, even though I don't think $31 shipped is a very high price. I buy shirts at that price point all the time. So, yeah, man, I'm really proud of it, dude. This is getting to be a full-time thing, man. Like now I wake up and I've got a schedule now. It's kind of cool, man. It's pretty fun.
That's great.
But Chris, it's your week to pick a movie out. What you got for us? Did you find anything a minute ago or no?
Got a phone I think we're all gonna like.
Oh shit!
Escape from New York.
Beauty and the
You
Beast.
say Escape from New York?
Escape from New York.
Fuck yeah!
Been a,
What
been
about
a
Escape
while.
from LA? Let's do that one.
LA, why?
No, I was definitely kidding.
Yeah, no, I got that Carpenter set. It's the only one I haven't rewatched, so it's been a while since I've watched it.
Dude, that movie's. Oh man, yes, dude. This is this should be fun.
Down, 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 down.
Dude,
Such a good score.
It is.
I love Kurt Russell so much that I think he might be on my top 5 actors list.
Maybe, yeah.
I mean, he's
Just everything.
Can't
everything
argue
he
with
does,
that.
I like it. I like the older and grumpier he gets, the more I like him. Also,
Yeah.
Jeff Bridges is in that same category to me. Like the older he gets, the more I'm like, yeah, I like that grumpy old bastard.
Yep. I agree. I
Yep.
definitely agree. Sweet.
Yeah, you
Yep.
got any plans this weekend, guys?
No. Tori might be working or like in school all weekend.
Yeah,
fun.
Yeah.
I gotta make a post and postpone shop. I almost said shopcast. Postpone the live stream till Sunday because I'm gonna go. I get to go hang out with the Offspring, bro. What?
Oh, yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
Awesome.
dude. I never really call in the whole brothers the DJ thing. It just kind of came up when I was talking to him on the phone. He was like, "Hey man, I saw you made some shirts. I'm sorry I didn't get back to you. Those are badass, dude. When did you start doing that?" I was like, just this week, man. We're just kind of chopping it up. And I said, "What do you got going on right now?" He's like, I'm just prepping for BuzzFest. And I was like, "Oh, cool. Who's playing this year?" And he tells me, he's like, actually, the Offspring's headlining. He's like, "Dude, I got a VIP pass that I was gonna give to a buddy. You want it instead?" I was like, "I absolutely do. So, what up, dude?" He sent me a photo. He's like, "I'll bring it out tomorrow." I was like, "Hell yeah!" So, I'm really excited, man. Dude, fifth row with VIP, and I get to go hang out. Chevelle is playing. I don't really care about them much, but I don't even have to go till I want to go. I could just go whenever. I got the pass in my hand. It's a wristband and a ticket, so I can just go. I'm gonna go work half the day and then just go from there to the Woodlands, and I might even go stop and see my mom afterwards because she lives pretty close to there.
Yeah, cool. That's awesome.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah. Cody and Camera is going to be there the next day, so I kind of wanted to go up to the Woodlands this weekend.
Dude, I wouldn't mind seeing Coheed play. I've kind of like, I don't like love the band or anything, but I definitely appreciate them more than I used to.
They're really good live. I mean,
I've heard that a lot,
live.
actually. I've heard that a lot, and I've watched one or two of their live videos and liked it. I've gotten to like it a little bit just listening to you talk about it, and knowing that you like it a lot, it makes me want to at least give it a more uninhibited chance to listen to it. Whereas sometimes you'll hear a band and you're not gonna like them, but your friends don't like them either, so you're like, "Fuck it, let's do it." You're like, that's trash.
Yeah.
Thrice is the one that I'm waiting on. I'm waiting on the Thrice album and the Spirit Box album. I want to hear the whole album.
Yep, I want both of
I
those.
never listened to the other Spirit Box song. I didn't want to say anything negative about it. You told me I might not like it. I took your word for it.
Yeah, that one's a little more new metally and singing, screaming.
Well, I'm gonna do a whole album reaction once I get the album anyway. So I mean, it's all good. But I have decided that my goal is to just be positive with my channel, and just like we've been going that direction for so long now that I really kind of feel good doing it. I had fun being kind of a snarky shithead in the first few videos I was making, but the fun didn't last. Like it was super. What's the word? Like it just had like a super fat. I don't know. It just didn't. It was fun for a little bit, and then it was very quickly like, just I'd rather make something. I'd rather make people smile, and
it sounds exhausting to always have to bark back at people and
yeah. I didn't even think about that, but yeah, it is exhausting. I just got tired of having to defend myself for jokes. Because I'm like, bro, you guys taking it too seriously. And then also the feedback was so nice when I did something. Like the first time I said to somebody, like, if you want to talk to somebody, come holler at me. I didn't do it for any other reason than I meant it. And so like the feedback I got was overwhelming, and it was like, it kind of touched me. I was like, wow, this is crazy. People really need somebody to talk to. And then I've gotten the most amazing feedback. Dude, my post for the 15K thing, I've never had a post get that many likes and comments, and it got so many that even Instagram reached out and was like, "Hey, this is an abnormally good post of yours. Do you want to promote it?" And I was like, "Well, you're just trying to get money out of me." No. But like that's it. That's pretty cool that they caught wind of it being that big of a post for me. It got like 100 likes in the first hour. I've never had a post do that. Like I get 50 likes fairly often. 100's a lot, man. I only have 5,000 followers on Instagram. It's not like I have a ton. I mean, not compared to other things that I'm doing. So, and my TikTok videos are starting to really, I'm starting to do like stitches where I make videos with other people. Did you guys see the one I had with Riff Raff?
Yes.
I don't think so.
He's like, I just want to get a bunch of money and act like I don't know nobody. And then I had just had me sitting in a chair. Do you really want to hurt? Bro, I come up with these stupid ass ideas at like 3:46 in the morning, and that's when this shit happens.
That's when they seem like the best ideas.
Yeah. And then the next day I'm like, why did I do this?
Yeah.
You put that one on Instagram, so I saw that one.
Oh, did I? I don't even remember what I do. Dude, you would tell me I put something on Instagram. I'm just take your word for it, bro. I don't even know. All right, man. Well, thank you to everybody that watched this video, man. I appreciate it. I think this one's going to end up on Horror 31 as well because it's a horror-related movie or a horror movie. I got Horror Hangout coming with Stephen Sheet again pretty soon. I've got hopefully Chris lined up pretty soon, and I reached out to a couple of actors. I'm not gonna say who they are because they may not come to fruition, so that wouldn't matter anyways. But so hopefully I got some good stuff lined up. Maybe me and Josh can do another one. I know Andy's down, so I got people that want to jump on now. It's just turning into a fun thing, and it's a little different than Shopcast. Not really, but a little bit. I think it is because the two people thing makes it a lot different. Having three people makes it a very specific kind of video. We all have to be pretty patient when we're you know.
Yeah.
But awesome. Thank you guys so much for your time. I appreciate it, man. 15K, one step further in the right direction, man. This shit is awesome. But take care of yourselves. Be kind to everyone else. Or fuck off. Or look at big weird penis pictures on Instagram DMs that I send you when you talk shit. It's up to you. However you want to do this. See you next time. Peace.